Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, hi everybody! I thought today's quick tip would be on tying in a new ball or a new skein. I'm sure this probably happens to you every once in a while. You're working on a project and all of a sudden you realize that your yarn is running out. So this is how you tie in a new ball, and it's not super complicated. There's other ways to do this, but this is my favorite way of doing it, and it's really simple. So when you realize that the end of your yarn is coming up, don't wait until you've got like this much left, because trying to tie in a new skein when you've got a tiny wee little bit of yarn left is a little more complicated. So let yourself have about 30 centimeters to 12 inches. Pull up on your working loop with your hook, remove your hook. This is so that when you're fiddling around with your yarn, you don't accidentally rip out some of the work that you've done, because that's really frustrating. Then you're just going to get your new skein, identify the right end. So this, in this case, it's the end that comes out of the middle, because this is a new skein and it's going to unravel a bit. Pull up both ends, and this is what you do. Lay both ends parallel to each other so that both the cut ends are nice and even. Give yourself about, oh, I don't know, however much string you need in order to tie a knot with both of them together. So this is just a basic knot with both of them together. Pull nice and tight so that that knot is as small as possible. And then you just keep right on crocheting. And when you finally get to the point where your knot needs to get worked in to your crochet project, it's going to look something like this. So here's the knot coming up on me. I'm going to make a turning chain, and I'm single crocheting back across the top of this. But even if I was doing something else, it doesn't matter. I've done my turning chain, and now I'm going to single crochet into the first stitch, and I'm going to work over top of the two little short tails that I created. And that way, I'm going to weave them into my work as I go. It helps make sure that that string, or the new yarn that I've just tied in, is nice and literally embedded into my work. And that knot will completely disappear. So I've got two more little stitches to do, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, can you tell me where the knot is? Bet you can't. It's right in here, and I've worked all my stitches over top of that little knot, and because I made it nice and tight and it's nice and small, you can barely see it. The little ends are weaved into the rest of my work, and if you find it a little complicated to work over top of the ends, then you can just weave them in later. But essentially, there's no wrong or right side to this piece of crochet anymore, and you can't even really tell where I've put the new ball in or where the old one left off. And if you're the one making it, you'll know, but anybody else who looks at it won't. And there you go. That's how you tie in a ball of yarn to an existing project as you're working. No need to knot off or fasten off. Just tie them together and keep right on going. And there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in again, everybody, for another quick tip. We will see you again very shortly for another tutorial or another quick tip on the Jayda InStitches show. Thanks so much. Bye. Thank you. Next.